One of the most important things I learned throughout this course was first, what is autoethnography? Autoethnography is inserting oneself as researcher in the subject you're studying. This is opposite of traditional research, which usually includes putting something in a petri dish, sitting back, and observing. Ethnography is about making connection with something in order to understand it, and is not as concerned with validity and truth. Ethnographers attempt to experience culture the same way actual participants do. When you add the auto to ethnography, it means putting yourself at the forefront of the culture. Autoethnography embraces subjectivity. The goal is to study something in particular to understand something broader. Therefore, no matter how personal, it should always connect to some larger element of life. It focuses more on understanding and interpreting meanings of human behavior, not cause and effect research. A century ago, the audience was seen as childlike and unintelligent. Not only that, but control was seen as a key theme in 20th century audience research. Who controls what you see? Major corporations do. Radical change happens, and capitalism is the product of radical change. So what does capitalism mean for audience research? Audiences were seen as homogeneous and universal because social sciences are seen as homogeneous and universal. But this is naive. Although all audiences have the common feature of being produced by mass media and priced and sold in markets, they are inherently unique. This uniqueness threatens capitalism, as audience agency and creativity is dangerous to corporations. While for a long time limits on audience agency did exist, social media and the digital environment significantly enables and increases agency. For example, the digital environment increases political agency in Canada. Not only has the thought surrounding audience agency changed, but also the conversation surrounding the debate of qualitative research and qualitative studies, which is largely women-oriented, versus quantitative research and studies, which is largely men-oriented. There was also a big shift in epistemology in the 20th century. Reason doesn't work well for us. We see uncertainty where God used to deliver it. All this goes to say the debate of agency versus structure has had interesting impacts on audience research. On one hand, you have an audience who has more agency than ever to choose what they want to see and when they want to see it and on which platform they want to see it on. At the same time, you have a capitalist society where there's a conflict of messages that results in corporations telling you what you want to see. On the less academic side of things, I learned that late night lectures are infinitely better with snacks, that sometimes just listening to a song before a 3-hour class is much needed, and that Friday night courses can actually be enjoyable if taught by the right professor. Thanks so much, Dr. Strangelove, for making my last term at U Ottawa amazing.